It's like a comedian kind of like working out their fucking set,
exactly.
Like the time me and you saw fucking Dave Chappelle.
Oh my god!
At the Peppermint Club.
By the way, one of the most epic nights.
Dude, speaking of
we're gonna have to
whiskey.
Pour up
speaking of whiskey, man, we need to tell that story, bro.
Dude, I mean, first of all, Dave Chappelle, one of my favorite, is my favorite comedian of all time, easily.
Yeah.
Like for me, high school, the Chappelle Show just dropped on Comedy Central. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers.
Yeah. By the way, I don't think I sipped it last time we cheers, which is bad luck. But.
Well, fuck, man. The camera stopped recording.
So Dave Chappelle, I mean, the Chappelle Show dropped when I was like a freshman in high school.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And literally, it was like, when we came to school, it was like, did you see the new episode? And it was running hit their jokes the whole time. Like, just fucking dying laughing. Like, I just remember like meeting up on the weekends and like kicking it with the boys and like running the Chappelle Show. So we got to go to the Chappelle Show. Where were we at? We were at
we went to the Peppermint Club.
The Peppermint Club, private screening.
I think it was a situation where he was on some like, I'm in LA, I want to work on my set and just have fun. I get the sense from seeing that he's just like loving just having a good time and performing.
He lives it.
He
lives,
breathes it. Exactly.
It's not, he does it. He does it no matter what. If he's in LA, it's like, I'm going to try this set out. We're going to take your phones out the door.
Yep. He was like, where can I find a club that can fit 100 people or 80 people?
How many people were there? Probably 100.
Maybe less, honestly.
Maybe less, yeah.
Honestly, because
the
it was
bar
like,
took up most of that place,
and
right?
people weren't even really like standing behind the bar. I think I would say it was about 8 tables with, let's say, 5 people, 8 rows of people, in the front there, but it was like 5 to 10 people a row. So
it was light.
Under 100.
It was light.
Yeah,
it was light. Wow, what a night though.
I think that he was probably on some like, let me just like find a club to just do something low key. Get
for sure.
Get like some people to pull up and just work on my material and have a night. And we got there at 8 o'clock. It was a very like private screening kind of thing.
It was light out still. We pulled up.
Yeah, we pulled out. It was light out. And you get in. They're taking your cell phones at the door, right?
Yeah, they put them in those crazy like magnetic patches.
Like you can't open it until a certain time. It's like a fucking bomb-proof little like pouch.
Yeah, it
right?
had like a timer on it.
Yeah, and then you sit down. I mean, it's like it was some crazy situation where you had to buy bottles even to be there, type of thing. And
our table limit was so out of pocket.
It was out of pocket. But so then he gets on, and well, first there was that one woman who came on beforehand, and she killed it.
Yes. Yeah.
The white girl.
Yeah. Oh wow, I forgot.
She killed it. And
what was the name? What was her name?
I don't remember her name, man, but she was so funny.
She was like awkward, right?
Yeah.
She was like,
it was very dry.
Like very dry, awkward.
Yeah.
It was it was perfect.
And it was such like a just contrast to his whole vibe too, that it was like so funny. And you could tell why he would be like, I fuck with her.
Oh yeah. No,
but
it was right. It was perfect. It was.
So then he comes on, and he riffs for what, like an hour and a half. Dude's smoking cigarettes, drinking on stage. Like everyone's just kind of just.
With the live band.
Very intimate vibe.
Oh yeah.
He's just telling jokes and mostly just like monologue, just talking shit. I feel like for like 2 hours. Then he takes a break. Chris Tucker comes out.
Gosh.
You remember that?
Yeah, Chris Tucker. Which, I mean, that was a pleasure.
So Chris Tucker comes out and does a 40-minute set, and then Dave
comes. No, remember
the band? Not yet though. The band didn't come yet. Then Dave comes back out, and he keeps going. Then he brings out David Blaine, because apparently David Blaine was sitting in the audience the whole time, right next to us, and we didn't even know.
That's right. So I was pretty drunk that night.
Well, yeah. And so, I mean, we have like 5 bottles that we're drinking with like 4 people at the table.
1942.
42, Macallan 18.
Which is, we're mixing dark with the light.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was like wine too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
it
was everything under the sun. Yeah. It was a $5,000 limit, so they were like, we're pretty much bringing you guys
everything.
I mean, it was a lot of different bottles on that table.
Well, so it was just a bunch of bottles on the table, and we were right next to the stage. And so then David Blaine comes up, and he does some magic trick with like 2 people where one person felt the other person touched their nose.
Oh yeah, yep. Oh my god.
And that shit was trippy.
He's another character that really blows me
He's
away.
an interesting guy, yeah. Then Chappelle comes back, and I mean, so he like all in all from start to finish, he went for like 8 hours because we didn't leave until like 2:30 in the morning, and then he comes back, riffs for another hour. Then Anderson .Paak comes on stage and starts playing the drums, and then Thundercat comes and plays the bass.
That's what it was.
And so Thundercat and Anderson .Paak just jammed for like an hour and a half.
I think the craziest
It was
thing,
the best
though,
night of my life.
Oh yeah. That was the best experience that someone probably wouldn't believe me if I told them
Right.
the actual time we had. And I thought it was crazy because there was some real out-of-pocket people in the crowd. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, they were heckling.
They were like would not stop. Like there was this one dude that was sitting right in front of our table who would literally like say something after every like segment that Dave Chappelle like trying to intervene, and at one point he was like, yo dude, you gotta just shut the fuck up. Like it just straight up he was like, you gotta shut the fuck up, man, this is my fucking show. Not even on some ego shit,
just like what are you doing?
Everyone else felt that same way, because I remember he was right in front of us and I was just like, yo dude, we didn't come to see you, we came to see the GOAT, Dave Chappelle. Then I don't know if you remember the lady who kept saying that her husband knew who killed Tupac.
Yo.
And Dave Chappelle's like, whoa. Like, this is not the time or place for that. And she kept trying to intervene the whole time, too. And he had to be like, and you know him, he's like, lady, you're going to have to, have to kick back. And then, but she kind of gave him like a nice little segue. It was to the point where I was like, yo, is this planned? Because this is too perfect.
It was nuts.
It was too perfect. I don't believe it was planned, but it was like, you start thinking that like, man, this is like too perfect. And by the way, I definitely blacked out that night. 100%.
Well, so I don't know if you remember this part. Then.
I threw a tissue on the fucking stage on accident.
Well,
I'm sorry, Dave Chappelle. I really didn't mean to. I was just blacked out, and I was with some basketball players, so I just was, shooting shots.
Man, so the best part about that, because we were with Carl and Lauren, and they went to the bathroom, and I think it was just me and you at the table.
Yeah.
And this was at the point where like Dave had been drinking all night.
Oh yeah.
We had all been drinking all night. Yeah. Like everybody in that room was fucked up. But we were at the table right next to the stage. You could kind of see it right at the stage. And he looked over and was like, what the fuck is this crew over here with
like,
all this bottles?
How the
like,
fuck did you guys meet
what's
each
going
other?
on here? Like, what's going on? And I was like, what's up, dude? Like, let's take a shot.
Oh, that was
like,
epic. I was still alive for that.
Yeah, and he was like, what are you drinking? And I was like, Macallan 18. He was like, oh, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? All right, bring it up here. And so I poured a shot, one for him, one for me, walked up, and you were with me too, and we took one.
Toasted him,
and took a shot, and then, but the people we were with didn't even see it happen because they were in the bathroom.
Yeah.
So
it was definitely a bucket list type of event. And
for sure.
And honestly, did they end up putting that one on Netflix or no?
So he
did the set somewhere else, right?
I think that was like, because these comedians, like, they'll work their material for a year, and then at the end of the year that'll be like the special. And I think he was on the very beginning of working that material, and that was like one of his first times doing some of those jokes live. Yeah,
I think it was the first time. It was
because when his special came out, there were a lot of his jokes that we saw in that special.
And what's crazy is Dave Chappelle is really able to ride the line on like controversy.
Yeah,
like some of the things he was saying, like you would be like, if anyone else said that, they would get canceled.
Dude, and we need that right now.
But he's so good at it. Like he literally knows. Like it's crazy. I don't know if you remember, but especially that performance he did, his punches that he would hit at the end, where you'd be like, damn, how did you tie that whole shit together?